Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Wow, it's Tuesday already. Unbelievable. Um, yes, indeed, man. It's Tuesday. It's that time, and it's me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to another episode of Club Pizzle Happy Hour. I am, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle Pod God, Unc, Podstradamus. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share it out. Um, while y'all in that support mood. Um, before I get into it, because y'all know the motto, we here for a good time, not a long time. I want to thank everyone who took the time out to put in a vote for me for best podcast for Club Pizzle. I appreciate you guys. I want to thank you in advance. The OEAs is this Sunday, so I will know if I brought the award home. I will let you guys know Tuesday. Hopefully I do bring that thing home. It's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of grinding. It's been a lot of a bunch of that. But I do want to thank all of my supporters. Y'all been holding me down for the last 4 years. Let us continue to hold us down. Now, my voice isn't the best right now. It's been a hell of a weekend. I've been to two Cavs games, Saturday and last night. I'm going tomorrow, I'm going Friday, and I'm going Sunday. On top of trying to hold these pods down, and I forget, like, yo, you do a pod, you need your voice. So I'm not going to raise my voice today. I promise you, or I'm not even going to make a promise that I'm going to raise my voice on Thursday, especially with what's going on in the world of Cleveland sports. But this isn't about Cleveland sports tonight. This is about everything else. Before I get to it, again, the OEAs is this Sunday at the Goodyear Theater in Akron. Good luck to everybody that's nominated for an award. Good luck to all of the performers. Y'all do y'all thing. The night before, we got Battleground Performance League. We are back at Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines. Shout out to Mr. Shredder. Shout out to Timbuktu. Shout out to DJ Verb. Shout out to Flight Life Bees. Shout out to Dom Prince. Shout out to the whole Battleground gang. Most of us are nominated for awards, and we have a bunch of our former champions nominated for awards. Hopefully, they bring some home. We also have some former competitors and people who have performed on that platform, on our platform at Battleground Performance League. Good luck to those guys and gals. And again, I'm hoping they bring something home. As far as Battleground, again, Princess Love is putting her championship up. I've seen a few competitors. I haven't seen a lot. And we gonna see how she defends her title for the first time. Big Target been on her back for the last 2 months. Has been a lot of talking. Let's see what transpires. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's get to why we are here. This is Happy Hour. I am Pizzle, and let's get to it, man. Now, Club Pizzle Happy Hour and Club Pizzle are both powered by W Energy. W is clean, W is crisp, W is focus. No crash, no jitters. No, why am I vibrating moments? Just straight up smooth energy that actually lets you lock in whether you're editing at 2 a.m., gaming until sunrise, or just trying to make it through your workday. And the flavors hit. I'm currently on the sweet and sour blue ras, and it's on point, man. Y'all know I'm a candy person. Like I'm a sweet, like sour patches and of all flavor. Like that's what I do. So you ask me, how do I get my hands on some of this W you got, Don? All y'all have to do, go to W.com, pick out something, get a sampler, get a tub. It's not that much. Get a t-shirt. Well, they don't have t-shirts. Get a hat, get a banner, get something on the site. And before you get to the checkout, type in promo code PODGAWD. That's POWGAWD at the checkout, and you get 10% off of your order. Let me repeat that for y'all. Go to W.com, right? Pick something out. They got cups. Again, get whatever. Type in promo code PODGAWD, PODGAWD, and you'll get 10% off of your order. So don't play around. Support the pod. Support the movement. W Energy. Level up, lock in, be legendary. Now, this is going to be a shorter, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. It's going to be a short pod today. As y'all know, I pre-record. I tried to wait on the college football playoff rankings, which usually come out at 7:00. So I was trying to wait until then, but I find out they come on later. So by the time I'm done recording this and you guys are watching this and watching this part, the rankings aren't out yet. I'll say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. The rankings aren't out yet. But it was a hell of a weekend last week. Texas A&M pulling off that dub after being down 30-3 at halftime. They just went on a run in the third quarter. They start scoring, and didn't stop until they took the lead. Georgia beat the hell out of Texas. Georgia is rounding into form. Georgia looks like a championship team. They look like a championship contender. Oklahoma upset Alabama, which is why I'm excited for these rankings. And I promise you guys, on Club Pizzle, I will have those rankings. I will get those rankings out to you guys. I really want to do it on Tuesdays, but they mess me up all the time. I promise you, I'll be so frustrated with this stuff, man. It's frustrating. What else happened? Besides those three, and I'm looking at it again, man. Ohio State continues to dominate. Ohio State isn't exciting. It's not spectacular. It's not compelling. They're just going out there. They beating teams up that they're supposed to beat. They're the most talented team in the country. They are the best team in the country. They are the defending national champions, and they may have a better defense or they may have a better roster, period, than they had last year. Indiana has a better team last year than they had last year. Fernando Mendoza is playing lights out. Kirk Cignetti has that team rolling. It's gonna be a little bit of controversy. Notre Dame is probably gonna squeak in. And with 2 losses, Miami may win out, end up with 2 losses, and not make their conference championship game. And it's going to cause a stink. As a Miami Hurricane fan, I am going to cause a stink because we beat them. When I say we, I'm talking about Miami. And that's what Miami is going to say. Hey, we beat that team, and they're ranked ahead of us. Make it make sense. I'm curious to see how far Alabama's going to fall. I'm curious to see where Texas Tech is going to be ranked. Will they jump Texas Tech up to 5? Up to 4, or will they jump Georgia up to 4? Because Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M are going to be the top 3. Curious to see where Texas Tech lands and Georgia lands and Ole Miss. Because those are the top 6. We're going to see where the ACC champion or leader is, and Miami is that team leading in the clubhouse right now. And there's still an opportunity for them to miss this whole thing because they're not going to get to the ACC championship. They need a lot of these teams to lose. They need Texas Tech to lose. They need Georgia to lose. They need Ole Miss to lose. They need Notre Dame to lose another one. They need a bunch of these other teams because last week the cutoff was 10, was the 10th ranked team, and that was Texas. And Texas is going to drop out. I want to see how far Alabama falls. Oklahoma has a case for them to jump up into the top 12, into the playoff picture. So it's going to be really interesting. This is the part of college football that I love. This is the part of college football that's fun. Now with the 12-team playoff, you got a lot of these teams. The 14 playoff is kind of janky, and you got some complaints. But even now, still, with this 12-team playoff, there are going to be a couple teams saying, hey, what about us? I think that playoff should expand to at least 16. If not 16, 14, and let the top 2 teams get a bye week. But they want to reward those top 4 teams. Go to 16. I'm fine with a 16-team college football playoff. Play the first round on campus, and then once you get to the 8, you can tie those bowls in. I really think the bowl games got to go, though. I'm sick of these bowl games. Half of them are meaningless. Like, guys opt out. They don't play. Like, the guy, it's nasty. But those rankings aren't out. They'll be out in about 20 minutes or so. And again, like, I didn't have an opportunity to get it because they're coming on so late, and I'll be pushing time schedules. Let's get to this Heisman top 10. I'm gonna start at 10. Dante Moore of Oregon. He's dropped way down. Like, this list, as fluid as it has been, these next 3 weeks are gonna solidify. Once I get to next week, it'll probably be my last top 10. And by the time I get the conference championship week, I'm only gonna go 5. In at number 9, I got Haynes King from Georgia Tech, one of the most exciting quarterbacks in college football. Georgia Tech is one of the most exciting teams in college football. In at number 8, I got Gunnar Stockton of Georgia. He hasn't been talked about a lot. He hasn't been talked about enough, in my opinion. Because Georgia been balling, he been balling. There's a lot of talent over there, and it sort of gets lost that this guy, Gunnar Stockton, is one of them. In at number 7, this guy I don't think has made my Heisman list all year. Ahmad Hardy from Missouri, running back, been playing lights out. Here we go. Number 6, Jeremiah Smith. I know what y'all gonna say. Why isn't he higher? You'll see why he's not higher when I get to this top 5. At number 5, I got Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. Dude is a killer. And he's been ever since the Texas A&M loss, he's been on the tear. Absolute tear. Tearing it up. He's the best running back in America. In at number 4, Ty Simpson from Alabama drops down. He should have fell off of this list. In at number 3, Marcel Reed from Texas Tech. He was almost out of here with that bad first half he had last week. It was horrible, just absolutely horrible. But he rallied back in the second half. He had like 300-some yards in the third quarter alone. And Texas A&M got that dub. In at number 2, I got Julian Sayin from Ohio State. He has continued to level up, and he has an opportunity in these last 2 regular season games and potential Big Ten championship game to elevate himself. And then at number one, again, for another week, Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. It's going to come down to the final. It's going to come down to conference championship week, where we're going to get Fernando Mendoza and Julian Sand in one matchup. And it's probably going to be Gunnar Stockton versus Marcel Reed in the other matchup, barring any like craziness, because Georgia, I think Georgia just played. They may have one more SEC conference game, or I think they're out. They have a gimme this week, and then they got Georgia Tech, and then they got I think they're done. So Georgia's playing the waiting game. Conference championship week is going to be interesting. Yeah, I told y'all this is going to be a very short show here, man. The NBA last week has introduced yet another All-Star game format. I'm going to read this off. It is a new 3-team, 8-player per team format. It's going to be 2 teams made up of U.S.-born players and 1 made up of international players. Round robin style. It's going to be 4 12-minute games, including the championship game. It's going to be like USA A versus USA B, then the world versus the USA A team, and then USA B team versus the world. And it's going to be 12-minute quarters. And after 12 minutes, who has the most is going to be the winner. And whoever has the better record of the teams, they're going to go to the championship. The tiebreaker, I think, might go by points or something like that. The top two teams make the finals. You know, so and the tiebreaker is like points or something like that. 24 All-Stars will still be selected. 16 U.S.-born players, 8 international players. But it's still going to be 12 from the East, 12 from the West. And this year, the only change is there is positionless basketball. You don't have to pick 2 guards, 2 forwards, 2 centers. If you want to start 5 forwards in your starting line, pick 5 forwards to start, then so be it. If you want to pick 5 guards to start, then so be it. If you want to pick 5 centers, if you can find 5 centers in one conference to start, so be it. That's how that is being voted. And it's going to be interesting to see that. If there isn't enough, we're just gonna say the international players. If enough don't get voted in, the commissioner then makes his choice of guys, of international players that can play. My opinion on this sounds cool. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance because it might work. But enough with messing with the All-Star game. It is an exhibition. And I know the internet isn't a real place. I know social media isn't a real place. But I get so irritated, and I'm so irritated with people saying there's no defense in an All-Star. It's an All-Star game. It's an exhibition game. It's basically a pickup game with your favorite players. I'm not going to the All-Star game, or I'm not trying to watch the All-Star game for lockdown defense. I want to see buckets. I watch basketball for buckets, which is why I love the up and down style of positionless basketball that's being played now. But I am going to give this a chance. My personal opinion, though, go back to East and West and give them something else to play for. Up the ante. You just signed a damn near $1 trillion worth of TV deals. Put the bread up. Winning team, winning side, the players get $1 million. Losing side gets $500,000. Want these guys to play hard. That could fix this whole thing. Go East and West again. Let them wear their uniforms or their city unis or whatever. I don't like this time in that. I don't like what's going on with the NBA and the whole everything now is just everything just seems to come from hate. Everything just seems to come from, well, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. And that's where the world is. Social media is so much negativity on social media. I have to stay away from it to get, because it can be depressing. I can get irritated. People can make up false narratives and make up anything that they want to make up. It's just a bunch of hate and a bunch of lies, and it's nasty. But I will say this about this particular All-Star game in this format. If Team USA don't get right or don't come out there to play, the world team will mess around and win this thing. Especially, I got 8 names here, which more than likely, barring like major injuries or barring injuries, this world team is going to look a little something like this. You're going to have Luka Doncic. You're going to have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You're going to have Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're going to have Victor Wembanyama. You're going to have Nikola Jokic. You probably have Alfred Sengun. You'll probably have Pascal Siakam. And you'll probably have Lauri Markkanen, who's playing at an all-star level right now. Those are the 8 potential international guys. I'm not quite sure if Domantas Sabonis would qualify as an American-born player or as an international guy. He did play his college ball in the States. I'm trying to think of who else. I think Joel Embiid is whatever. But like I said, Luka, SGA, Giannis, Wemby, Joker, Sengun, Siakam, Markkanen. They're only playing 12-minute quarters. It's not like they got to play a whole game. Luka, Shai, Giannis, Wemby, Joker as the starting 5. Jesus Christ, y'all. It could get nasty for whoever is. It could be Bron, Steph, KD, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson. That's a small-ass team right there for the most part. Trying to think of who else. All-star. Devin Booker is an all-star. James Harden may be an all-star. Listen, Kate Cunningham. That world team, they're going to ball out. I'm going to leave it at that. Again, I'm going to give this format a chance. I'm not too hot with it. I'm like, man, this is Jake. Get this out of here. I don't want to see this. But we'll see. All right, y'all. Time to get the Pizzle's picks. Where's the other card at? I am tripping. What is going on with me? I don't have my NFL picks. And I have no idea where they are. Hang on. All right, luckily, I do have my trusty notepad. Apparently, I didn't write down my NFL picks. Either I didn't write them down or whatever. I can't find them. So let's just start. I'm going to start with college. Missouri at Oklahoma. I'm going with Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner. Coming off of that victory over Alabama, Brent Venables is going to have this team ready. This could be a letdown game for them. Like I said, man, Amaya Hardy is balling, but Brent Venables is a defensive guy. He can have them together. Louisville at SMU. This is a big one in the ACC. I need both of these teams to lose as a Miami Hurricanes fan. I need them both to lose, but I am going to pick SMU at home. They're an experienced team. They made the playoffs last year. I feel like they're going to knock Louisville off. USC at Oregon. This is a big one in the Big Ten. USC has crept its way up into the college football play. They could be a fourth team to get in. A victory over Oregon would put them in the college football playoff without, with UCLA coming up for them next week. But I am going to take Oregon. This game is in Eugene. That is a hard place to play. That place is going to be loud. That place is going to be boisterous. That place is going to be a zoo. So give me the Ducks. TCU at Houston. I'm taking the Cougars at home. Houston's a decent team. I've seen them play a couple of games this year. They're a decent team. Arkansas at Texas. Give me Texas. Arch is looking to bounce back. I feel like he is going to bounce back. Arch, he's been improving week by week, and I've noticed all of the Arch hate has kind of quieted down because he's starting to play better. And he is running into what he is potentially going to be. Oh, and I'll say this. If you look at his stats through his first few starts and look at his first year and look at his uncle's first years, they're right on par. I've been saying it all year, but nobody wants to listen to me. Anyway, Syracuse at Notre Dame. Give me the Irish in this game. Something in me wants Syracuse. I want Fran Brown to go to South Bend and pull off the upset of the century. That'll make so many teams happy, including my Miami Hurricanes, include the Texas Longhorns, who could still have an outside shot. USC Trojans, the Michigan Wolverines. It's a bunch of teams with 2 losses on the outside, and they're looking like, we need somebody else to lose. Don't think it's going to happen, though. Tulane at Temple. Give me Tulane. Tulane is ranked. Tulane is looking to be that group of 5 team to make the playoff between them. North Texas, Navy. It's a few other squads. Like I mentioned them last week. It's going to be a fun race to the finish for that top group of 5 team. It's going to be fun. Give me the Green Wave to win this game. Kansas State at Utah. I don't know why I still got a soft spot for Utah. Give me them over Kansas State at home. This is a big one in the ACC. Georgia Pitt travels to take on Georgia Tech. This is going to be an exciting game. I'm going to go with Georgia Tech. And it's because I watched Pitt play last week and get kind of boat raced against Notre Dame at home. And Haynes King is a far superior quarterback than Notre Dame's quarterback. So, another boat race from Georgia Tech. North Texas at Rice. I'm going with North Texas. I'm kind of rooting for North Texas to become that top group of 5 school because I want them to get into the college football playoff. If you haven't watched North Texas all year, I recommend y'all get it. If y'all don't have the ESPN app, I recommend you guys to get that app and go and check those guys out. Very exciting. And BYU at Cincinnati. Cincinnati really let me down last week. But you know what? I still think it's going to be Cincinnati and Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game. So give me the Bearcats there. It's just a feeling I got. I'm excited for this week in college football. There are not a lot of compelling games because the SEC teams are taking this week to beat up on outside, like bottom feeding schools, except for Florida and Tennessee play, and then Arkansas and Texas. But a lot of like Georgia got a bottom feeder. I think Bama has one. A&M might have one. It's just one of those weeks where it's like, Ohio State plays Rutgers. It's kind of like the tune up till you get to your rival. And that's where it's at. Let's get to the NFL. Thursday night, the Buffalo Bills travel to take on the Houston Texans. I am going with the Buffalo Bills. Give me Joshua Patrick Allen. Buffalo needs these wins. And they need New England to lose, but New England is playing New England is playing great ball. So give me Buffalo. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to take on the Chicago Bears Sunday at 1 p.m. Give me the Bears, man. Goodness gracious. If anybody would have told me that the Chicago Bears were going to be 7-3 in first place in the AFC North, I probably would have laughed at you and probably blocked you on social media. If I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. Where we at? The New England Patriots travel to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Give me the Patriots. They're hot. And the real Joe Flacco has finally showed up for the Bengals. It's been very quiet in Cleveland. They're not running off Joe Flacco stats. I be asking them how Flacco did. And all the people I see screaming don't say nothing. So whatever. Give me the Patriots on the road. The New York Giants travel to take on the Detroit Lions. The Giants are a mess. The best part of them is watching Jameis Winston. The horses are prepared for battle, but victory comes within the Lord. Love Jameis Winston. But the horses could be prepared for battle, but victory is going to be the Detroit Lions at home at Ford Field. The Minnesota Vikings travel to take on the Green Bay Packers. Give me Green Bay. The Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Tennessee Titans. Y'all know my west to east thing. This don't really matter here because the Titans are bad. It's one team worse than them in the NFL right now. And y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm taking the Seahawks on the road. The Indianapolis Colts, coming off a bye week, travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is must win for the Kansas City Chiefs because as of right now, they on the outside looking in of the playoffs. This is must win. Patrick Mahomes got to find that magic. He got to find it fast, or he gonna be passing the sticks in the regular season. Taking the Chiefs. The New York Jets travel to take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are heating up at the right time. I'll be surprised if Baltimore loses more than 2 games the rest of the way. Lamar's back. Derrick Henry's running the ball. The New York Jets suck. I know. They do. But give me the Ravens at home. The Cleveland Browns travel to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Shedeur Sanders' debut. I will have more on that Thursday. I am going to talk to Elf. However, I'm taking the Raiders in spite of them getting their ass whooped on Monday night to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cleveland Browns aren't the Dallas Cowboys. They're starting a rookie quarterback who has only one half of football under his belt. I'm taking the Raiders. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Man, the Jaguars, give me Jacksonville. The Philadelphia Eagles travel to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm kind of waiting on Jalen. I've been waiting on Jalen Hurts to kind of screw up, and he's not. So there. The Atlanta Falcons travel to take on the New Orleans Saints. That's another team that's bad. The Saints, they are horrible. The Falcons are so Jekyll and Hyde, but they're better than the Saints. Give me the Atlanta Falcons. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to take on the Los Angeles Rams. The Buccaneers can't afford to lose 3 games in a row, but the LA Rams are playing at such a great level. I'm going to pick the Rams. Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, I'm on board. I've been on board with them all year. I had them making the playoffs at the beginning of the year. And the Carolina Panthers travel to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Bryce Young coming off of his biggest day. Brock Purdy is back, and the 49ers are dropping 35 and 40 burgers on teams. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. Ladies and gentlemen, Pizzle's Picks. And with that said, we are signing off. Make sure y'all tune in Thursday as I pull up and I'm going to talk Shedeur Sanders. Brace yourself for the main event. Y'all been waiting since Sundays, and I'm going to give that to y'all. So until Thursday, I will see you guys. Peace out.